and today I'm going to be answering all of your YouTube and reselling questions.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good stuff. What's up?
Some power magazines you might be interested in.
Oh, Nintendo Power? Yeah, check those out.
I'll get with you before you leave.
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
I got 30 of them.
Okay, yeah.
I guess I'll help you out.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good.
It's $25.80.
30. Hey, thanks for waiting.
And most of them have the posters.
Yeah, that's kind of what I look for on these. Some of them have cards, some don't. Like they actually, like just certain issues come with cards.
Yeah.
That one's a little chewed up, but
better condition. Because I've got the original. I don't do really collect the books.
Okay.
But I did keep the right. I got the Mario, the first one.
Oh yeah, with Luigi jumping on the cover, the first issue. Yeah.
It's in like one of the conditions like we were one.
But is that one you're keeping?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't really collect into that. I thought I'd keep. Or if there's a game I play, I might.
How much were you looking on for on these?
Well, I got 30 of them.
Yeah.
What would you think?
Game fans aren't really that big of a deal to me one way or the other. I don't know, what are you thinking? I don't want to like lowball you or anything, honestly.
What you think? 30 of them.
40 bucks, take it?
Yeah, that'd be all right.
Okay.
I might have some, do you do Christmas ornaments?
I do, it's just, it really depends on what
Coca-Cola.
ornaments. Are they like the Hallmark Coca-Colas?
5 of them are, and some of them called something tree.
I would have to take a look at them.
I'll put them in the truck next time I see you.
Yeah.
I got about 20 of them. Yeah, I'll see you on the YouTube thing.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So yeah, that was really awesome of him to bring those Nintendo Powers out for me to take a look at. Really do appreciate that. If anybody else wants to bring me Nintendo Powers, I will buy them. So here's how we're gonna handle the Q&A. I received so many awesome questions and I wanted to be fair about it. There's no way I'm gonna get them all done in one go. There's like 80 questions or something like that, which is awesome. Thank you guys. Don't want to make a 45-minute slog of a video. I think it'll be more fun if we break them up, and I'll just keep going at them. From time to time, we'll do segments as long as you guys keep watching it, of course, and as long as there's interest in it. So here's how I did it to be fair. I sorted by newest first and then went to the bottom, which means the first people to post, and just went up. I picked basically every question. I passed up only one because it was so specific to somebody wanting more information on an item, which I would need more information to even look it up and answer that. I don't typically comp out items for people too often. Sometimes people ask that on Instagram and things, unless it's something that's like really within my wheelhouse that I might have some expertise out that eBay comps wouldn't be able to provide. Let me see, I posted like everything into a big Canva to try and make it a little bit easier on me so I can do this on the fly. All of this is going to be off the cuff responses. I didn't prepare anything, which I really almost never do. Most of the time I'm speaking to you on camera is unscripted. Almost all of the time I'm speaking to you on camera is unscripted, in fact. So without further ado, what is the best buy you ever had? That can be taken at a lot of different angles. I think there's a lot of different fun buys I've had. I really did enjoy the recent video game score. I think a lot of that was be able to connect with a couple fellow Army people. I guess they're veterans and also still in, but you know, being an Army vet myself and everything, that was really fun. And having my wife there for a lot of the pick too was really neat. And what was really cool about that one, so like if we're talking about best and like enjoyment factor, was I was addicted to like Nintendo Powers and video game magazines as a kid. I loved them practically as much as the games themselves. So getting to go through all of those while I was sorting and processing, it made part of the job I don't really care for as much. Which is the processing prior to listing, more of a joy than it normally would have been. I think another video game item that was a lot of people would consider a grail. You could check it out on my Instagram or TikTok. It's one of my earlier posts. It's last year I picked up this Nintendo 64 sign, and I did a quick flip and got like a good $400 profit, but it was like a 2 foot by 2 foot huge double-sided sign that lit up, that hanging up in a video game store, and I probably undersold it a little bit, but I mean, it was something I was trying to move locally. But yeah, that was pretty cool. I've had all kinds of crazy things. I've had a brand new unboxed Pokemon XD GameCube with the game sealed inside of it that I sold back in the day, which if I had kept now would have been worth thousands, but hey, that's life. But anyways, yeah, thank you very much, Soul Design, for that question. I hope that was good enough of an answer, because that's such a broad question. So, okay, so we got to keep it going. Here we go. So Greg D, I recognize you in the comments quite a bit, so appreciate that. My random question is, have you ever crossed paths with Ben from Ready Set Resale? I've seen the both of you in Cincinnati Pickers videos. So no, I have actually not ran into Ben, unless it was maybe before I was aware of his YouTube channel or before I did YouTube or something, and we happened to be at the same sale. I am about 45 minutes north of just Cincinnati proper, about roughly, here in the Dayton area. So, and yeah, I'd be happy to, meet up with Ben. I think that'd be really cool. I do like his content. I don't know if he knows about my channel. There's a lot of picking channels out there, right? Thank you, Greg. From Jim Porter, I recognize you in the comments a lot, man. Do you see reselling as your lifetime career? I've had a lot of different things that I thought I was going to do for the rest of my life. I thought I was going to be a kearney, start up my whole thing doing that. I thought for sure at one point that I was going to be a reseller full-time forever. And then for years, I went off on a streaming tangent on Twitch, and then came back around to it after doing a bunch of corporate stuff. I did at one point see Twitch as the direction I wanted to head in. That just became something that I couldn't monetize enough. I think what's kind of beautiful about the YouTube being about my business is that I can make the money on my business while I grow to YouTube and make a little bit of extra money. Where I'm at right now, I am literally working 2 full-time jobs, and I haven't taken a day off since Christmas of last year. No joke. And I'm not saying that to brag, like hustle culture or anything. It's literally unhealthy, and I probably shouldn't do it. However, I have been doing it because I really want to build something here when it comes to YouTube and reselling. So, I mean, hopefully it is a lifetime career, because I am putting in significant groundwork alongside my wife to make it happen. So hope that answered it, Jim. Kathy, hey, I see you in the comments all the time. Thanks for that. What's the average price you pay for men's hiking boots? I almost said hiking books. Hiking boots in very good condition for such brands as Loa, a name I just learned today, Danner, Rocky. I know they sell for different prices and are pretty quality boots, but don't want to overpay, thanks. Oh, most are 10.5, and I know that's the average men's size. Yeah, that like 9.5 to 10.5. Depending on the manufacturer, but basically is going to catch like a lot of men. So that's going to be really common when it comes to sizes. So you have that right. And you're absolutely right. It's depend on the brand. It's going to depend upon the style. and the type of boot. So really, it just kind of depends. I mean, I will not lie. If I don't know, I'll pull the phone out. Usually a lot of those boots have like some kind of model number or something like that, and look up comps. It doesn't hurt. It certainly is better to pull out the phone and spend 30 seconds than to waste $20 and to have something else come into my house on top of my death pile. If I'm going to do that, I want to make sure that it's eventually going to be profitable. So yeah, that's kind of my answer. It really does just depend. Hopefully that helps. I guess with death pile, that transitions very nicely, unintentionally, to the next question. So Dan Ferries asks, why keep a death pile? It seems like a waste of potential income. Somebody else did respond saying, thing about your death pile is during the winter months, you lose your yard sales, which is why you keep that, to keep your sales active. I'll say yes, that's part of it. A lot of it really comes down to, for me, why I have a death pile or piles is, again, it goes back to that I'm at a point in my life where I'm kind of basically working 2 full-time jobs, trying to build 2 independent businesses up while also dabbling in real estate investment and, you know, some other things. We have other irons in the fire as well. So we're so busy that getting 20 to 50 things listed, you know, is a challenge. And that's really where we need to be at to keep the death pile at bay. We're working on it really hard right now, getting stuff processed, trying to get inventory up for the holiday part of Q4. But I think, honestly, if it came down to it, I would have, if I could just wake up and everything was listed, obviously I would do that, because the more that you have listed, the more you're going to sell. And the more you sell, the more cash flow you're going to have, the more bigger buys you're going to be able to make, the more risks you're going to be able to take. Like, for instance, when I took a risk with that Halloween poster, if it turned out to not work out, it wouldn't have killed me. But instead it did. And I made, you know, an extra $350 that I wanted of for really about an hour and a half of work. So not bad at all, right? And because I have that cash flow coming in from our huge bank of listings that we have up, you know, I was able to do that. Yeah, death piles can keep you active during winter months. I am going to source all winter anyways. It's what I do anyhow. And plus, I got to have something to share with you guys on YouTube, right? Not that I just would ever source solely just for that reason. Moving on here. Thank you very much for the question, Dan. I've got one from Braidwood. And what camera you use? What camera do you use during your videos? Is it basically incognito, or do you use a neck strap or something that makes it more inconspicuous so people don't question you right off the bat? Thanks. So the vast majority of people don't question me right off the bat anyways. I used to wear a backpack with a backpack strap for my GoPro Hero 8. That didn't work out at one point when I tried to take it off, and part of it snapped, and I got the cheapest one. It really is my fault at the end of the day. And my GoPro died, so I ended up having to buy another GoPro Hero 8. And I was in a pinch because I needed one right away, so I went to Walmart, where it was the cheapest regular MSRP price or whatever. And I ended up buying, they call it the chesty, I think. It's the chest strap. I'm not going to go around and try and sneak that I'm filming. I just do it. And I think being open about it and being like, hey, I've got a camera right here, I'm filming, is a good honest approach about it. I don't want to be like, hey, I'm looking stuff up on my phone, but really I'm filming, or doing anything like that. I'm kind of an open book sort of person. I don't like to hide things and be sneaky. I'm not judging anybody for doing so. I mean, I get it. If your whole spiel is going to the Goodwill bins and that's what your business model is, and you're looking to share that experience on YouTube, and and you're not really filming people, and there's really no reason for like you not to be able to film there. I get you taking the phone out to film the bins a little bit. I just feel kind of weird walking around yard. I've done it before, because not sneak, but like have my phone out filming, and I think it draws more attention, honestly, than just having the GoPro on. People tend to ignore it, and people will bring it up and everything. I noticed with the backpack strap, people just assumed I was wearing a backpack that had the GoPro on it and wouldn't ask anything, I think. And with the chest mount, there was a dramatic increase of people asking. I don't mind that, but it's really the same explanation over and over again. I have a YouTube channel where I go to yard sales and thrift shops and stuff, and they're like, oh, wow, that's cool. And that's the normal reaction. So, I don't know. That's my answer. GoPro Hero 8. Wear it openly. I've got Fly Days here. Oh, Q&A question. Should new resellers start off with small items at thrift stores? I don't know if I should start with small and work my way up as I gain experience, or the other way around. Great video, Dustin. So, I mean, small can mean either thing, either small value or small in size. And I would say you should probably go for both. I mean, obviously, if you see NCAA 14 for $2, that's a small item, but it's valuable, buy it. But what I'm getting at is, don't go crazy and be like, I don't know anything about this item and I'm going to spend $80 on it without looking it up on my phone, thinking it's worth $300 or something like that. When you have more cash flow, as I mentioned earlier, that's going to give you strength and the ability to weather the storm of any kind of mistakes that you might have. So yeah, that's my advice. I would say find a niche, work it, something that you're interested in. And like, if you like video games, that's a very competitive field. But if you like video games, maybe start there, but quickly start adding in something like books, and then add in DVDs and VHS. Start looking at maybe men's boots, and add things into your wheelhouse and get more comfortable with it. But don't take crazy risks right off the bat. I'm assuming you're part-time right off the bat, which you should be, unless, you know, you're in a situation where you had to go full-time or something. If you're part-time, you don't need to be taking massive risks if you have an income already. You should just be slowly snowballing, getting more and more listings up there, so you're getting more and more sales each day. And as you have more money coming in, you can continue to buy in more and more areas that might be outside of your comfort zone. So next question is Raymond Reimer. Where did you learn to make videos? So the only knowledge I actually had when it came to anything editing related was when I was a Twitch streamer. I used OBS, which is what I still use to record segments like this, where I'm just recording off of my webcam and the Blue Yeti here. However, I really had zero knowledge going into this. I didn't look up anything. You can tell my earlier videos are rough. And I went, for some reason, my computer wasn't working very well with the Adobe Premiere trial. And they have like some DRM, which is like a portal digital rights management thing where you're trying to download the trial. So I only got it to work on like the last day on my computer. And of course, that wasn't enough time to learn it. So I looked up something else that was called VideoPad, and it's very basic. However, I wouldn't recommend it. I think if you're going to get into this, you should probably learn Premiere or use iMovie if you're an Apple guy. I don't know. I've heard good things. Never used it myself. But that would be my advice. However, I learned how to use VideoPad, and it's okay. I'm completely self-taught on the matter, except maybe a couple Google searches when I had questions. I should, but I haven't sat around and watched a lot of editing videos. So yeah, thanks, Raymond. What is your honest opinion on people who hate resellers / think resellers jack up Goodwill prices? Love your videos. Hey, thanks, Samantha. So that's actually a good one. So I think there's a lot of people that don't have a very solid understanding of like basic economics and the fundamentals of running a business. And I'm not talking about running a reselling business. I'm talking about running a nonprofit thrift store, which their business is to support their charity and whatever mission statement that they have, or even a private thrift store that donates to charity but is profitable and they're trying to put food on the table. Like, honestly, most of these stores will not make enough money from, poor people, which and I'm only saying that because that's what people always phrase it, like, you're stealing from poor people, thrift stores were for poor people, and you hear that and I'm like, when does that threshold, like, are we talking about the poverty line as defined by the US government? People all have different kinds of financial circumstances, whatever. But really, honestly, I don't think there's enough money from poor people to keep every single thrift store open. So when resellers go in there, and there's some thrift stores during the winter where I'll spend $60 to $100 a day, and that's just me. There's other resellers going in there as well, and that adds up as a pretty consistent revenue stream for these stores, and it allows them to stay open. And when they're open, I don't go in there and buy everything in the store. It's called Pro Picker. I go in there, I pick a few things, I buy it, I pay for it, and I leave. So leaving behind probably 99.999% of the items for anybody that needs a shirt or a pair of jeans or a suit for a job interview, they're able to go in there and make that purchase because that store is backed up by consistent revenue from myself, other resellers, and thrifters. So, yeah, I don't think we necessarily jack up the prices. If a thrift store thinks that, like, they can get more money for something, they might be right. And if they can, they probably should. So if they react to say one of them sees one of my videos, like a manager at a thrift store or something, and they decide to raise the prices on their items, that's not my fault. And here's the thing, oftentimes that backfires and you see that stuff just sitting there. So there's a point. When it comes to this, it's all about venue. I'm selling to everybody in the world when I sell on eBay, but I'm also willing to sit on that item for 90 days or more before it'll even sell sometimes. Sometimes I'll sell an item I've had for a year. I run an inventory. Thrift shops get in a lot of them, like the big ones like Goodwill's, tons of donations. So they need to get rid of that stuff and turn it into money. There's some kind of like, oh, hey, he's getting $100 for this item, we're going to put $100 on it. It's going to sit at that thrift shop for a long time unless it's just a really, really insanely high demand item. Basically, resellers fix market inefficiencies. So I think, we do a service. When it comes to the fact that they're already talking about how there's going to be all these shortages and everything during the holiday season, resellers are going to be filling a lot of that void through when you order stuff on Amazon, a lot of that's coming through like FBA. Those are flippers and resellers. eBay, if you get on there, of course, there's a lot of flippers and small resellers. We're going to be filling that gap and making it to where a lot of people are able to have normal Christmases and be able to click and order what they want online. So I think we're the good guys in most cases. This has gone on way too long. I'm going to have to cut this in half. I already know it because it is going to be way too long of a video, and I wouldn't blame anybody for not watching this. So with that, guys, please go ahead and like the video, subscribe, turn on the bell notifications, leave me a comment down below, and follow me on Instagram and TikTok. It's @ProPickerOhio, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.